Alright, today we're going to be talking about the Savage Dragon Vault Edition. This is actually Image Comics' version of a artist edition or gallery edition. But before we talk about this, check out my website. My website is waldenart.com. You can find out more about me as a comic book artist that has created artwork for Marvel Comics and DC Comics for the last couple of decades. And check out my Patreon page. It's patreon.com/waldenart. Over there, there's different tiers of showing support. And anything that you can support will help me make more videos like this for you. So without further ado, let's check out the Savage Dragon. Alright, so here we have the Savage Dragon Vault Edition, Volume 1. It's my first time opening. I'm going to open this in front of you guys. So here's a barcode. If you need to see the barcode, right over here. Okay, and we open it from the back. And then here's the book. Okay, set this on the table first. It's still sealed. Savage Dragon Vault Edition, almost kind of like the Spawn Vault Edition, still in the wrap. Here, let me measure out the size so you guys can see the width of this. It's almost 12 inches by, what is this? 12 inches by almost 17 and a half. Okay. So here's the front. Okay, here's the back. Erik Larsen's Savage Dragon. Here's the spine. And let's see how thick this book is. This book is about about an inch. Okay. And image, Savage Dragon Vault, Erik Larsen. And then on the bottom you see a little bit of the dragon here. So I'm going to open this up. We're going to take a look at this together. Feel free to comment. Let me know what you think. Hopefully you guys are enjoying all these artist edition videos that I make for you. Sometimes, being an artist myself, I enjoy looking at artist editions because it's almost like seeing the original artwork that the artist drew on in full size. Okay, so I'm going to put this down. Looks like a spot foil. It's pretty cool. So it's shiny on like a spot foil, nice spot cover on where the dragon is, and then the background is just white. It kind of gives it like this yellow hue instead of a. So looks like this is scanned in color, and the background was converted into a black and white image. Is that the same with the back? The back is all spot. Okay, so we're going to take a look at the inside back cover. Got another one for you, big guy. And then we have this side, you monsters. Okay, so I'm going to open up in the middle first. Okay, we're going to take a look at the spine, see how that opens up. Okay, so the inside, it loops open. I don't know if that's supposed to be like that or it's torn apart like that. It's kind of ripping already. That's not good. The inside's kind of ripping inside already. So I'm going to just take a look at one page at a time. Okay, so here is Erik Larsen's letterer, Chris, thick as brick. Let's see, is there another page in here? Okay, Vault Edition. So I can say right away, the spine part is kind of not that good. Like when I open it up this way, and I look at it inside, I see there's parts that's attached to the inside that's kind of ripped already. Like I heard it ripping. Okay, but that's okay. We're just gonna look at the artwork here. So here it is. Right over here. Okay, Erik Larsen drawing Savage Dragon with a Marvel comic board. Okay. Very cool. I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you guys can see a little bit better. Okay, I'm going to center it here. Next page. Erik Larsen doesn't make that much mistakes. Like I don't see a lot of whiteout, which is good. Okay, next page. Okay, I'm pushing it down because I am trying to make it where the inside spine doesn't fold and fall apart. You would think that when they make these books, they would put better quality and do a test about, test opening the book without it falling apart. Okay, here, boom. Okay, not hand lettering. No, computer lettering. It looks like a letter would stick. Yeah, printed stick words on top of it. I guess back then it was like hand lettering on top of the original pages. Okay, not like these days where it's color on a computer. Erik Larsen use a zipatone to create that tone pattern. So right here, you see some yellowing from these letters. It's because of the glue stick. Over time, if there's something that's taped on top, those probably words. Like for example, this is lettered by hand, and originally something else was lettered by hand, and there's some changes, and the letter will go back in there and like letter something else and then stick it on top. Like if you look at it, this really feels like looking at original artwork. If you look at it, you can see that there's like a tape part here. This part is a different color, so it was covering up. We can't see it. If I had the original art, I would like try to peel it out and take a look at it, but this is just a scan of the artwork. Okay, here's this. So like right here, I can see it's kind of dragon's background here, like the page. Like you can see fins over here, and then the ear used to be back there. So this is some redrawing here, and Erik Larsen redrew another head and just pasted on top. It's very cool. So I don't know if you guys seen Erik Larsen draw before. Sometimes, like regular people, they'll draw like this. I think he draws something like this. He'll use his finger. He'll draw like this, which is kind of interesting. I've never seen anyone draw like that before. Not only does he draw like that, he also inks like that. He'll use a crow quill. I don't know if you guys know what a crow quill is. He'll use a crow quill, one of these dip pins. Like, we take a look, like one of these dip pins over here. And then he'll hold it this way, and then he'll start inking like this, like this. So that's interesting how he would draw and ink. Okay, baptism of fire. So right here, it says Vault Edition, and then on the spine it says 1 on it. So maybe there's going to be like more volumes in the future. Some of you may know that Erik Larsen, before he started working in Image Comics, he used to work on Spider-Man for Marvel Comics. He was following Todd McFarlane. And then both Todd and Erik Larsen left. And, he, along with 5 other members, created Image Comics. Okay. Save those. Oh, look at this. So here's Marvel paper. And later on, they started getting their own Image Comics paper. Look at that. It says Image Comics right over here. You guys see that? Image Comics. So they started printing their own paper. And then Erik will use an Image Comics paper and then move back over to Marvel. I guess it doesn't really make a difference if you're working in comics for so long. It's just like whatever paper you have, just use it to do the artwork. You just need to finish the deadline. I've also worked on comic book pages, and then I don't have the right pages. I would go and buy Canson artboard or Strathmore artboard, or I would have like a Marvel project I'm working on. I don't have any Marvel Bristol boards, and I would get a DC board and vice versa, or Image board or Dark Horse board, or sometimes very rarely, but sometimes I had no board, and then I would just take like artwork that I've done. See that cracking sound? That means it's falling apart on the stitching. I would take like an artboard that I worked on the front and then just print it on the back to do blue lines, and then I would do inking on that. So toothbrush splatter. So if you're interested in buying one of these, take a look at my video description. If they have this on Amazon, I'll add a link to it so you can order one for yourself as well. If you land on this page just to see how the inside looks, I'm flipping through every page so you can take a look. Very, very nice. Okay. And if you're on the verge of collecting this or ordering this, I do highly recommend it. Again, especially if you're a potential comic book artist and you want to see how comics are drawn and look at the size. This is as close as you can get to holding the original art at your hands. I've held a lot of original comic book art, and this, when I'm looking at this, it feels like I'm actually having the original art in my hands. It doesn't look any different than original art. Of course, like now it's a little bit more yellow, but when we get to super page, right? When we start working on it, it's like white, but over time the pages do get yellow. Some Marvel comic board, it does a little bit of a roll. Now some of the new Marvel comic boards made by Eon, which is more whiter. DC Comics has a little bit of a off-white color to it. The Bristol boards I'm talking about. I like using Canson art boards. If you look at video description again, look at my website. There's a link to an Amazon store, and it has all the art supplies that I use. Feel free to take a look over there. And if you're looking for art supplies, order anything from my Amazon affiliate links, and I get a little bit of a kickback that helps me create more videos like this for you guys. Okay, here. Yeah, so right now, Savage Dragon, out of all the Image comic creators, Erik Larsen is the only creator that started Image Comics and is still drawing Savage Dragon today as of me making this video. Todd McFarlane was working on Spawn, he was writing it, but then he's not drawing it anymore. Top Cow, Mark Silvestri created Cyberforce and did a few, and then he's not even working on Cyberforce anymore. We also have Will Spataccio did it Wetworks, and then he's doing a few projects here and there. Jim Valentino is now the vice president or president of Image Comics, so he's pretty busy. Rob Liefeld, he's not doing Youngblood anymore, doing a lot of other projects. Hopefully he'll get to work on Youngblood again. Youngblood was one of the first Image Comics that came out from that imprint. Okay, here. Yeah, so this artwork was drawn a long time ago. I think it still holds up to today. All the Kirby crackles. Okay, a double page spread, which connects together. I didn't know Savage Dragon had 2 toes. Almost like the Ninja Turtles. 5 fingers, 2 toes. Why don't you just make, I don't get it. Well, you have 5 fingers and 2 toes. If it's 2 toes, should it be 2 fingers? Or like 3 fingers? Well, I guess, Erik Larsen can do whatever he likes. It could be 1 toe or no toe, doesn't matter. I never knew Savage Dragon only had 2 toes, like a Ninja Turtle. Was there ever a Ninja Turtle Savage Dragon crossover? Because I think maybe there was. If you know that there's a Savage Dragon Ninja Turtle crossover, please comment down below. Let me know. Also, the title, what year it was made, because I would like to see that. Here's this. Nice pose. Nice pose here. Kind of looks like a Jim Lee pose over here, the way this is drawn. Oh, there's a Batroc from Rob Liefeld's Batroc. Here. Batroc. So next page. Okay, right on. So this paper is more of a matte paper. If you've seen some other videos where I look at some of the artist editions that has a slicker paper, you'll see that there's like a reflective glare on it. But I do like this matte paper, so there's no glare. You know what? This paper, like when I'm again, as those of you who know who I am, I'm a comic book artist. I do work for Marvel, DC, or any kind of publisher. And I held a lot of artwork before. When I put my hand over it, this does feel like Bristol board. Like it does feel like Bristol board. So if I started inking on this, it would still ink and hold well. It won't bleed through or anything. Okay, let's take a look at the next page. yeah, I'm amazed how it really feels like Bristol board. Okay, like when I say Bristol board is like the actual board that the comic book artist draws on. So if you have any questions, please comment down below about the pages. I will be able to respond to your questions. If you don't know who I am, check out my website. My website is waldenart.com. There you see some of the artwork that I've done, gallery pages. You can also order prints and original art that I've done for Marvel and DC Comics. So I'm just a comic book artist that loves comics and also working comics, and I enjoy looking at other people's artwork. You can also, if you enjoy these videos that I make and you want to show support, feel free to, like this kind of looks like Sin City, Frank Miller Sin City over here. Okay, so if you want to show support on some of the videos that I make, you can check out my Patreon. It's patreon.com/WaldenWaltArt. You'll see my links to my Patreon in the beginning of the video as well as the end of this video. If you want to go there, check it out. There's different tiers to show support. Any support helps me make these videos for you. Okay, and also on my Amazon links that you see on my website, there's going to be this big button. Oh, look at this! Look at the shadows. Look at the contrast. It's very nice, very strong speed lines here. Next man, Johnny Redbeard's. Oh, Nick's man, not John Burns. It's Johnny Redbeard's. Okay, so he's making fun of John Burns' Next man here. Okay, I heard a rumor of, well, it's not a rumor actually. Arthur Adams, he's my friend. He told me that when Image Comics was formed, they approached a few creators like John Byrne, Art Adams, Mike Mignola, Mike Allred. Who else was there? A few more artists that to have them join Image Comics, and then they said, you guys are like the younger generation artists. We're kind of older. We've been doing it for a while, so yeah, maybe we won't join Image Comics. Maybe that's why Erik Larsen did that little skit about Johnny Redbeard's Nick's the Man. But then John Byrne also was part of that crew of people that I mentioned that went on over to Dark Horse and created Legends imprint. Legends, where Frank Miller did Sin City, Arthur Adams did Monkey Man and O'Brien, Mike Mignola did Hellboy, Michael Allred just brought over his Madman, and there's a few other creators that joined the Legend imprint. The Legend imprint isn't around. Oh, these are some of the covers. The Legend imprint isn't around anymore, but Sin City is still around. Of course, out of all of the creators that were there that was in the Legend imprint, Mike Mignola is still doing Hellboy, and the Legend logo used to be like a headstone that Mike Mignola created on the. It was like almost like the corner box, and it was on every corner of those Legend imprint. But now they don't use that imprint anymore. That was maybe a few years or a couple of years after Image Comics started that they did use that imprint. So if you Google up some of those original Legends imprint creators, some of the original comics, you'll see that Legends imprint over there. That was their way of doing their line of books that weren't Image Comics related, because they felt like they were like a different generation of artists compared to the newer generation of artists like Tom McFarlane, Mark Silvestri, Jim Lee, Erik Larsen. I think this was used for a trading card. I recognize this. I think I have a trading card of this. Okay, here's this image, and then here's this. So looks like this was scanned in full color. Very nice. A spatter. And then we have this one. And then we're coming towards the end. And then there's Erik Larsen. Look, he's holding, look, I'm gonna hold this closer. So you can see how he's holding the pen. He's actually holding a pen. Okay, it's just his middle finger that's touching the paper. Okay, so I will hold this here. You feel free to pause the video if you want to read up on this. And this is the Savage Dragon logo that they use. And then there you have it. That's the Erik Larsen's Savage Dragon Vault Edition. Here we go. There you go. That is Erik Larsen Savage Dragon Vault Edition. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. Check out my website. My website is waldenart.com. Over on my website, you can see some of the artwork that I've created for Marvel Comics, DC Comics, and other publishers. And then also check out my Patreon. So if you enjoy these videos that I make for you, think about supporting me over on my Patreon. It's patreon.com/waldenart. Any little tier that you contribute will help me make more videos like this for you. So take care, talk to you soon, and comment down below. I'll respond to your comments as much as I can. Take care, bye-bye.